Hi, welcome to my channel. My name is Angie, and today we're doing a reading for Pisces. Now, these are general readings, so therefore they may or may not resonate with you. They're also timeless, so whenever you come across them, they're meant for you. Now, the question we're asking today is, what does Pisces need to know? And this can be anything. It can be love, it can be family, it can be work, it can be school, it can be even stuff that has to do with social interactions, okay? Um, it's whatever is on your mind, Pisces. So, the other thing that we're doing today is I am going to draw a card from the Angel Wisdom Tarot, though that deck has been shuffled. It's just I can't do very long. Oh, goodness me, Pisces. You've got the Tower and the Devil. And you're not in a good place today, Pisces. All right. Okay, as I was saying, I'm going to pull a card from the Angel Wisdom Tarot. And I'm also going to pull a card from the Crystal Oracle deck. This is going to tell you, this is going to help you clarify a little bit, because I can't do proper clarifications at this time. My technology will not allow me to do long readings. They won't upload. So I have to keep them under a certain, the other day I did a 19-minute reading, and it took literally 24 hours for it to upload. So now I'm backlogged, but it's okay. Let's see, what else does Pisces need to know besides the fact that they're in a very unbalanced situation right now. Now, the Devil may just mean that you're dealing with a Capricorn, Pisces. It doesn't necessarily mean anything bad. The Tower in this case is something, some kind of change that's catastrophic, but not necessarily bad. Okay, sometimes in order for something new to come in, you have to let go of something. Okay, I'm gonna put this over here. And we've got, actually we've got 3 people here. We've got a Capricorn, we have a Cancer, and we have a male gender. In other words, physically, he is a male, fire sign. Now, the fire signs are Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. So, that's that. Okay, let's see, what else? What else? Your relationships seem to be having a little bit of a turbulence. I'm going to use the word turbulence, because it's not, I don't see it as fighting. I see it as disagreements, but not, it's weird. It's kind of like children acting up, but these are adults. If that makes sense. And cooperation. It's like right now you're not getting a lot of cooperation from some people around you, and that's causing you to, it's causing a tower moment, is how I'm going to put it. And this is with several people, okay? You also have earth signs, Pisces, that you're having, oh my goodness, the Hierophant. The Hierophant is my card for things that are outdated, things that are in the past, things that are old-fashioned, things that are, you being very rigid-minded, which is not very common For water signs are usually more emotional than mental, and they usually behave more from the heart. And right now you're the word tradition comes into mind. um you're very focused on tradition. You're very stuck with tradition, um with how things used to be and how things used to be done, and what was acceptable and what wasn't. um Taboos. The devil tells me that there's things here that you consider taboos that may no longer fall into that category. Like, for instance, this is just a for instance, uh, interracial marriage or relationship. Back in the day, in the 1800s, that was completely and totally unacceptable. Even in the 50s and 60s, that was still frowned upon, and people got into a lot of trouble for it. I actually met a couple in Mexico that they moved to Mexico precisely because they were getting so much trouble from people here in the United States. He was a doctor. He was African American, and she was Caucasian, and he was a doctor. And when he went to study in Mexico, he realized that he didn't get that same treatment that he did in the United States. So he stayed in Mexico, and a lovely couple, lovely family, and he did very well. So for all of you who are thinking about moving to the United States, there are better choices out there. Trust me. Anyway, let's not go there. Okay, Pisces. Let's see. What else? What else do you need to know? You are self-made, Pisces. What you have is what you need, and what you need is what you have, and you've been doing this for a long, long time. It might have started when you were young, and you decided that you wanted to be your own person. This has led you to carry more than you need to carry. Bottom of the deck. Oh, I'm going to put this over here. For some reason, that side has a weird shine onto it. Okay. The general reading the general feel of this reading, the energy, is that of the Hangman, which means that everything is of your own doing. Whether you planned it this way, or it was, in some cases, an unfortunate accident, in others, a fortunate accident. This is something that has caused that in the recent past things to go south in a very not so nice way. Now, like I've said before, the devil it can be a Capricorn, but it can also make reference to something that you're dealing with, either a bad habit, something illegal, something that's not exactly kosher, something that is a bad habit or an addiction, or just doing things in a way that causes an unbalanced situation within your personal space in your world. Okay, Pisces. Now, I do see that the Chariot represents also energy that's moving very quickly, but it's balanced. Okay, so you are moving into a more balanced situation. The fire signs, which would be Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, are quick thinkers. They're solution. They like being in a position where they can fix things. Now, not everything is fixable, and in your case, you're very not in your energy, Pisces. If you notice, there are no cups in this reading. No cups whatsoever. And you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 major arcana. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 major arcana. You have 2 kings, which means to me that represents that you're working very much with your male energy. There's definitely a Capricorn and a Taurus involved in this situation. There could be an Aries as well. There could be an Aries as well. But again, the earth signs would be Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn, and I do definitely see a Capricorn and maybe a Taurus. Maybe a Taurus. These are the people that are around you that may or may not be the cause of this Tower moment. You need to look within and find your balance. Because right now you're scattering energy. Right now you're reacting and you need to respond to these situations, okay? Don't react to them because that only makes things worse. You are carrying more than you should. And it may be a good idea for you to start weeding out the things that you have no control over. Or, and I'm going to put this very bluntly, is none of your business. Because this hangman also represents putting yourself into situations that you shouldn't be in. But you're putting yourself, you're walking into those situations, and they're not yours. They're not your responsibility. Let me put it that way. Okay, that's not your responsibility. If a person comes to you with a question, then by all means answer the question. But don't insert yourself into that situation thinking that you might be helping, because that's interfering, which is another topic of this devil card. Okay, now let's pull a card from the Angel Wisdom Tarot, and we have the Page of Cups. That's you, Pisces. And what it's the angels are trying to remind you of who you are. You're sensitive, open-hearted, and experienced in this matter. A little moody. You're getting messages regarding relationships that you may or may not want to get involved in. You're experiencing new emotional situations. You are going to have a romantic encounter, or you've had a romantic encounter. You're very social, and you invite yourself to be a part of social invitation and events. And I'm saying this in a good way. They invite you because they want you to be there. And your psychic abilities are heightened right now. So you're sensing and you're seeing things that the average person doesn't see. But there's a time and a place to reveal these visions, if you will. This knowledge that you're receiving from your spirit guides. And that's where you're going to have to find a happy medium so that a Tower moment's not invoked. You don't want to invoke that. Okay, now let's see. What is the crystal that will help you through this? Lapis lazuli. Yes. Because your psychic abilities are heightened, it is a good idea to carry around a lapis lazuli. Lapis lazuli will help you with prophetic dreams. It will also help you release anger. It will help you regain your serenity and grace. So by all means, if you have one in your jewelry box, or you have a little crystal or something that's lapis lazuli, you do definitely want to carry that around with you. Okay, Pisces, well, this is your reading. I hope you liked it. Like and subscribe, leave a comment, and definitely let me know how you're doing. I do want to hear from you, Pisces. So leave me a comment, and we'll be seeing you in the next one. Thank you. Bye.